Apart from the at the time of revenue recognition, there are certain terms that we received that we reviewed in the previous video, which are contract asset, receivable, and contract liability. Let us look at what are the flow of how we are going to recognize the contract liability, what would be the contract asset and receivable. So if the entity makes an advance for the products and services, then it will be considered as contract liability. If not, then when the entity has transferred the goods and services in advance of the consideration, then it will be considered. Then if yes, if no, then we have to look at if the entity has a right to bill to the customer. If the entity has no right, then there is no need for any accounting. But if there is, the entity has transferred any goods and services in advance of the consideration, then we will be looking at if the consideration is conditional, means over a passage of time. If no, we recognize the revenue. If yes, we recognize the contract asset. Means we are not going to recognize the revenue, but we will ask we have invested into the contract asset. And if we are able to bill that amount to the this contract asset to the customer, then it will be considered as a revenue, as a receivable. Otherwise it will not be considered as a receivable as well. Now that is the contract asset, receivable, and contract liabilities.